I am pained. I am pained. I am pained that this even exists. I am pained that it was popular. Monstrosity and abomination. I am pained for the people who modeled their relationships after it. The messaging is toxic.
It's a wolf thing.
The relationships just get worse.
What was the point? How was that right for anyone?
It wasn't. You've accurately diagnosed the Twilight series. Thank you. There's no point. Hello and welcome to Cinema Therapy. I am Alan Seawright, professional filmmaker. I need therapy. This is Chewbacca. He's our co-pilot.
And I'm Jonathan Decker, licensed therapist, and I love movies, but not these movies. But that's okay, because we're almost done with this shit.
We've been swimming through.
It's like the end of Shawshank.
It is the end of Shawshank. We're coming out of the tunnel. At the end of this, we're gonna stand up and just.
This whole experience has been just crawling through shit. Honestly, I actually have that moment towards the beginning of Breaking Dawn, and I'll tell you why. Because the love triangle is over.
Right.
And even though we've got 2 more movies to wade through, I can start to smell fresh air.
Well, and you know, there's Bella. She's not a complete doormat. Robert Pattinson is allowed to act.
This
It's an improvement.
If you're
I will
here to
grant you,
see-
it is an improvement.
There's a certain subset of people who are here to see the therapist suffer. And you're going to have to alter your expectations because unlike the previous 3 films, I didn't suffer with Breaking Dawn. I thought it was insane.
Sure, yeah.
I thought it was wild. And it feels a little ripped. It's like supernatural Jerry Springer.
Right, yeah.
But I wasn't bored. I think you were bored. I think...
You get to watch me suffer because the filmmaking is still hot, steamy garbage.
Yay! Let's do this!
We do get to at least have some fun horror. I like this dream wedding that Bella has.
With the red coming down as foreshadowing, like there's actually filmmaking going on.
There's some filmmaking going on. It's obvious and a
His
little
red rose.
hackneyed.
Nothing like jaundiced yellow eyes to say I love you.
Honestly, dream dress is better than real world dress.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Volturi here. Michael Sheen's here, which is always a plus.
Always. If you can have Michael Sheen, definitely have Michael Sheen.
He's like, hey, you've got red on you. He's all smiling. But I got you. But like, this is like, it's the red wedding.
They red weddinged before the red wedding weddinged.
Oh gosh. Okay. You know what I love, like right out of the gate, is that Jake gets an invite to this wedding.
Uh-huh.
And what I want to know is who sent him the invite. Because if it was Bella...
Yeah, Bella wasn't going to do it.
Well, if it was Bella, ouch. And if it was Edward...
Double ouch.
That's hilarious.
That's such a flex. It's like, hey, buddy, I won.
It's a pretty solid burn. Okay, so I'm watching this, and I'm watching this red wedding scene. And it's, dare I say it, kind of good?
Honestly, I don't have real quibbles with it. Like, that was all right. I mean, like, look, cold feet,
Right.
nightmares or whatever. It's a stressful occasion, sure, fine. If your dream is my fiance murdered everyone I know and love
And he seems happy about it.
and is happy about it,
Well, that's the thing. Is like he comes to a room the night before the wedding, before he's about to go out and have his bachelor party, which I think they're gonna go.
you're gonna go hunt mountain lions or
They're gonna
something.
go hunt mountain lions and read Tennyson or something. Apparently, you know, whatever these guys do.
Whatever.
But like he comes in and he is like night before the wedding. Oh, by the way, I need to confess something. And his confession is that he was Dexter.
Yeah.
His confession is that he went around.
I used to murder serial killers.
I used to murder
for fun.
Yeah, serial killers and rapists. I used to murder them, and she's completely nonplussed by this.
She's like, yeah, whatever.
It's just like True Lies.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Yeah, but they were all bad.
So Edward tells her that he killed a bunch of people, and she's not worried about it. She's like, hey, no big deal. But subconsciously, at least on some level, Bella's like, this is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, which I guess that's an improvement in the storytelling, is that there's a subconscious level instead of just words on a page.
Bella's been watching our episodes. We've been telling her that this guy is bad news. And at least subconsciously, it's starting to come to the surface.
It's starting to sink in.
So that's not the real wedding.
That is not the real wedding. I don't know how much of the real wedding I threw in here because, it's interminable. Splitting this book into 2 movies is maybe the most egregious cash grab in film studio history. I'm looking at you, The Hobbit. And there's not enough in this for one movie, really.
No, but what we have is so bonkers that had it been trimmed down to one movie, it actually could have been like, this is awful, but I'm not bored.
Yeah, there's maybe some Fast and Furious like energy.
Camp level of enjoyment here.
Dad, what's going on?
Daddy's gotta go to work.
But look, here's the thing that I will say about this film. So she's nervous walking down the aisle. Pretend you haven't seen any of the other movies. She's nervous, she's unstable, not sure if she wants to, getting married is scary for her. She's got the jitters, and then she looks up and she sees him. And if I hadn't seen the movies before this, I would think this is a well-directed, beautiful, romantic moment. Like, now she's stable, she's steady because she sees him and he is her rock. Like, if I didn't know that he was a controlling abuser, because watching it, knowing that,
I'm still not getting enough out of her performance on this.
okay, not her performance, but like the direction of it, like
the direction's
pause,
fine.
the pausing.
Yeah. Sure. It's really quite lovely the way it's shot too. Like,
It's beautifully shot.
the set decoration, everybody's wardrobe. It's quite nice. The score is whatever. The score in all four of these movies, five, all five of these movies is kind of.
There are 5. Once again, the end of
Feels like
Shawshank Redemption.
800.
How many yards did he have to crawl through? Because triple that, and that's our experience. Now, I do like in this, there's a moment right after this, and Alan and I may diverge on this. I had a unique experience watching this because I'm thinking for the first time the actors are allowed, especially Edward, Robert Pattinson is allowed some warmth. He's allowed some humanity. Mm-hmm. He's not being directed, apparently, to just be like an emotionless plank of wood.
Sure.
And then I look at the direction and I look at the acting, and so much of it is competent and sometimes even good, but the source material is still rubbish.
It's so bad.
And so it's like you got a turd, but you got the world's best turd polish, and
I wouldn't say the world's best turd polish. You put some turd polish on there. It's definitely been polished.
I think it's a great moment when they have their kiss as husband and wife, and the camera pans around.
Camera goes around and the audience is gone.
And the chairs are all empty.
Yeah.
And the idea that in that moment it's just the two of them there. I think in a different film with a romance I believed in.
Exactly. It's a beautiful scene, well shot. That
and it's an awesome
made
idea.
me angry in this movie because I'm like, they didn't earn that. Shut up, movie.
Yeah, throw that in a Gilmore Girls episode or something.
Yes, please let Rory get married that way to I don't know which one. I don't have an opinion on Rory's love life. I do on Lorelei's though.
I love when men say that to me.
I'd like to propose a toast to my new sister. Bella, I hope you've gotten enough sleep these last 18 years. Because you won't be getting any more for a while.
Oh my gosh! That's so awkward! I have to give credit where it's due. That was funny as hell. And it's like super awkward for everyone there. The dad's taking a drink. Like the joke is just like, I'm watching this and I feel like I'm watching a competent, I just got a tiny glimpse of something that I might enjoy. And it doesn't last.
To meet someone.
Do you give a toast at your own wedding?
Your soul to.
Did you give a toast at your wedding? I didn't give a toast at my wedding.
I've been waiting.
But we really need to hear whatever drivel he has to say.
It's true.
To get beyond what I am. And with Bella, I feel like I can finally begin.
He's not wearing a tie anymore though? Like,
I'd like to propose a toast.
It's the middle of the wedding,
my
it's not the after
beautiful
party.
bride. No measure of time with you will be long enough.
That's a solid line. That's romantic as hell. And he delivered it well, too.
Look, say what you will about Stephenie Meyer. Like, there are certain things that, like, she gets. Like, what a loving dad looks like, even though, like, Charlie's had his moments that we weren't proud of him. Overall, what a loving dad looks like. Like, she gets that. And when Bella and Edward get married, and, these two films, as bonkers as the... I'm sorry. The plot, as bonkers as the plot is,
man.
There's actually moments of love and support as a married couple. Like,
I'm sorry I've been so angry.
I would be too.
I've left you alone in this.
once they're married, Edward's like a pretty decent husband. Like maybe not. Maybe it's all relative. But like I don't see here's what I think is dangerous is the idea that I am dating somebody who is abusive and controlling and it's only going to get better.
As soon as we get married, he'll be married, Edward, and he'll be wonderful.
Because on the surface of it, I'm like, oh, Edward learned and he grew and he got better. And now I'm like, I don't like that idea.
Wait a minute.
As soon as we're married, all this stuff just kind of goes away.
It's not how it works.
But once again, like there's actual warmth here. There's actual humanity. There's things that like the source material doesn't deserve.
No.
And you could come into this movie blind and be like, okay, I kind of get why people are into this. This is actually, there's some beauty here. And it's like, no, you don't understand. It's like if you just see Tim Robbins standing there in the rain and you're like, oh, that's such a great shot. And you're you realize his mouth is full of feces right now. That's what's going on for us. Yeah, it's a beautiful moment, but I just can't get that smell of the first 3 stories out of my nostrils.
I just want to go to Zihuatanejo.
I would love to go with you on a Shawshank journey, but today we've got other business to attend to. So get busy living or get busy dying.
We've got more to crawl through.
I'm sorry.
No, Jacob showed up.
I'm just trying to appreciate your last night as a human.
Well, it's not my last night.
I thought you...
I'm going to have sex as a human while he's a vampire. We're going to see what happens.
Writhing in pain.
What's the point?
Don't say it.
It's not like you're gonna have a real honeymoon with him anyway.
It's gonna be as real as anyone else's.
That's a sick joke. You are joking.
It's her wedding, dude.
What, while you're still human? You can't be serious, Belle. Like, tell me you're not that stupid.
Yay, Jake!
Hey, he's back.
You can't do this.
Oh, let me grab you and control
Listen to me, Bella. Let me go!
This is going to be really awkward when he's her son-in-law.
Are you out of your mind? Oh, you'll kill her! Walk away, Jake!
Enough, Jacob.
Stay out of this, Sam.
You're not going to start something that we'll have to finish.
She'll die.
It's not our concern anymore.
She never was!
Nope. None of us were ever concerned.
They're going to laugh about this at the family reunions, though.
Let's go, Seth.
Hey, Nessie, remember that time I tried to tell your mom not to have sex with your dad? Also, I call you Nessie.
Come on, people are probably missing us. Let's go back.
Nobody's missing you. They're all getting drunk.
You bunch of wet rags. No one cares if you're there.
You ever go to a wedding and you're like, oh, there's the bride and groom, whatever. Oh my gosh, they have little cocktail weenies.
Yeah, I don't go for the bride and groom. It's like 20 seconds of, hey, congratulations. You don't want to talk to me because you guys want to not be here. I get it, too. I'm going to go eat. Thanks.
Hey, congratulations. Is that fondue? Everyone's in
there. Is that
there.
a chocolate fountain?
Seriously.
Stick my head in it.
Or the blood fountain or whatever the hell it is they got there. I just think it's like, this is so Jake, though. He shows up and he's like, I'm happy for you. And it's actually...
I'm going to do the right thing and be sweet until... No.
It's actually like, it's like a nice moment. True to Jake's form, he's going to take one step into doing the right thing and a hard left into being a dick. I mean, but he's not wrong.
Oh, no, he's not.
Having sex with her vampire husband is going to be an experiment in near-death experience.
Which is definitely what you want to do with sex.
Which also makes me wonder what metaphor Stephanie Myers is going for.
I don't know what she's going for with that.
You know?
Is she going for a metaphor? Is she just repressed?
I refuse to psychoanalyze someone I don't know, but it does raise questions.
I love psychoanalyzing people I don't know.
Yeah, well, you can't have anything revoked for doing that.
True, you have a license.
I have a license that I'd very much like to keep.
I'm barely professional.
Oh, like it makes me sad.
Makes him sad, too. And makes her sad, apparently.
Always am.
It's because everybody knows this is a terrible mistake.
Terrible idea. At least everyone in the film is semi-acknowledging it, except Alice, who's chipper and perky and dumb all the time, even though she can see the future.
Go on. You're gonna miss your plane. Wherever it's going.
What did he say?
You're gonna miss your plane. Wherever it's going. He is Eeyoring his way through this movie, by the way.
Which is...
in a very respect. I appreciate it.
So Edward isn't telling her where she's going on her own honeymoon, which I guess could be romantic and surprising, but it's just a little too on the nose for Edward, who doesn't tell Bella about anything.
Anything ever.
So Bella, here's the deal. Now that you're my wife, you're just going to go along with it, whatever I say, kind of like when we were dating. I would make so much money in couples therapy. They would be my clients until I died because they'd keep going. And the Cullens got money.
Sure.
Sign me up for that program.
I have a new goal in life, and that is to get these 3 seats with Jonathan, Kristen Stewart, and Robert Pattinson, and you giving them in character therapy as Bella and Edward.
I'm here for it. I don't know if they would both be here for it, but
definitely not. I think they've both moved very far on from these characters.
And good for them.
I wish we all could move on from these characters.
We are! I'm so excited!
We're
Let's do
getting
this! Jasper, I had a friend who made that face at me when I was driving away on my honeymoon, and it was you.
It was me. I was the one.
You were the one making that face like, go get him, Tiger. Oh, man. Shouldn't there be a sign on their car that said, just made worst decision of our lives?
If you're driving away from your wedding and that is your face, you did it wrong. This was a huge mistake.
I've made a huge mistake.
Is this wedding night jitters? Is this...
No, she heard a wolf howling and she's like,
oh yeah,
Jake feel bad, me feel bad for Jake now. Dumb.
Me no dum-dum, you dum-dum. You bring me gum-gum?
Even though he literally just told me that I'm an idiot and that I'm stupid.
Don't have sex with your husband, you dum-dum.
I think it's hilarious that he's howling. That's like, because you're supposed to be sitting in the audience going, Jake. And instead I'm just like, what the hell am I even watching? Keep it coming.
What?
So, yeah, just skip through most of that sex scene because kind of pointless. And the result is...
she's bruised and banged up and he's like, I knew it. I'm a terrible person. Well, she was reminiscing about how much she enjoyed the night.
Yeah.
And then he feels awful.
As he should.
As he should. And he always does.
He just beat the crap out of his wife.
So what is the messaging that is supposed to be... Who are you looking at right now?
The universe.
Who is that look going out to? I've never seen that face before.
Stephanie?
Oh, man.
What the f***?
I'm not.
She was like, I'm sorry.
Really, I'm not. I'm fine.
Don't say you're fine. Just don't.
I know whether or not you're fine.
No, you don't. Don't ruin this.
I've already ruined it.
And this is Edward reverting to
Why
type.
can't you see how perfectly happy I am? Or was 5 seconds ago.
So again, I don't understand the messaging or what we're supposed to be romanticizing. And I'm not saying I agree with this. But once again, she's saying, here are my likes and my dislikes.
I liked this.
And he's like, no, you didn't.
Yeah, I know better than you.
Yeah.
So again,
I take
he
it back.
should not be bruising her.
He's not better as a husband.
No.
He's kind of better once she becomes a vampire.
Once she becomes a vampire, she gains a lot more sort of autonomy and he just, like, respects it.
Well, also, she could absolutely kick his
She
ass.
can crush him, yeah. So, doesn't hurt.
Now I'm sort of pissed off, actually.
Yeah, you should
Good for
be.
you.
Well, you knew this was going to be tricky, right? I think we did amazing. I mean, it was amazing for me.
That's what you're worried about.
Being with a popsicle.
But I didn't enjoy myself.
Dude, he's got super smoker teeth.
I know it's not the same for you, but for a human, I can't imagine that it gets any better than that.
You don't have much of an imagination, do you?
Or experience to compare.
Last night was the best night of my existence.
Okay. So you're both in agreement.
My existence. Oh, such
The best.
emo, crappy writing.
I'm deeply uncomfortable that I dress like Edward. I'm just realizing that he and I have the same wardrobe.
Listen, you're both very attractive men. It's fine.
Now he's not really, he's pulling his punches though, he's not really kissing her.
You're not gonna touch me again, are you?
Might throw you into a wall.
Wah, wah.
You know that's not what I mean.
Okay, so once again though, Edward just keeps following on this idea, this tract of, I mean, I know people read these stories and watch these movies and it's like, oh, he protects her and that's romantic. But like protection without consent or without someone asking you to protect them or protecting them like by doing the exact opposite of what they're asking you to do. Like I'm not going to beat the dead horse. If you've seen our other episodes, you already know what I'm about to say. But actually good partnering, good husbanding is, oh, you're telling me what you're, I mean, these are love maps. You're telling me what you enjoy, what makes you happy, what makes, you know, what satisfies you sexually. You're telling me all these things and I'm willing and happy to do that because you're telling me what you need.
Yeah.
And Edward continues this dumbass thing of...
That's not your love map. Here's your love map.
I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map!
I will say it's really pretty. Is that green screen? Are they there? I don't know. But
Oh, it's green screen out the doors, yeah.
But it's green screen with a real location that they then put.
I'm sure they sent a second unit out there that, you know, really suffered in having to go film all these beautiful beaches.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, well, we got 6 minutes of footage. I guess we'll be here for another 4 days.
Because I wanted it to be real.
So she's coming out in lingerie. He's like, no.
He is using sex as a weapon.
The really messed up thing is like...
I mean, he's not using sex as a weapon. He's just withholding.
They waited for marriage, and now that they're married, she's literally saying, please.
Like crying, please.
Please.
Wait, why did we stop? What happened to the clip? Roll the clip. It was... I'm just kidding. I just wanted to
Jono got real thirsty there.
I just wanted to get really weird and see what you would do. But they're hiking and they're playing chess and they're literally doing everything except for having sex until she begs him.
She begs him for sex.
Again, what is the messaging? What is the romance? What is happening? I mean, we're trying to paint this picture of Edward of like extreme chivalry to the point where he won't even have sex with her once they're married. It's, if you'll pardon the expression, it's overkill.
Oh yeah.
And it's annoying. And frankly, if I were Robert Pattinson, I'd be like, what the hell is my motivation here? Like, why?
Why?
Why am I saying no?
Just...
Why am I saying no to my wife?
Hey, David Slade. The script doesn't make sense. Can you help? Nope. Cool. I'm going to play this like a block of wood. Everybody good with that? You good with that? You good with that? Cool, here we go.
Would you just get over it? It's not like you imprinted on her.
Oh, I want to talk to you about imprinting.
You happy?
Because it's the worst.
Yeah, some people are just lucky, I guess.
Lucky?
Don't look at those kids, Jake.
None of them belong to themselves anymore.
Yes, Jacob, you're correct. Imprinting is terrible. Thanks, Stephanie Meyer.
The idea is like the Zing in Hotel Transylvania, right? Like you see each other, your eyes do this thing, and then like that's it.
Right. Yeah.
And you have no choice over. I mean, the whole idea that you would have no choice over who you fall for or who you connect with is such a dangerous idea.
Look, you don't have complete control over your emotions. Sometimes you feel things that you don't want. Sometimes you feel things that you don't want about people that you don't want to. But you have some control over it. You can remove yourself from the situation, but not if you imprint, because if you imprint, everything is decided for you. And that's romantic.
Again, what's the point? I'm reading this as a teenage girl or as a grown woman or, you know, whoever, or as a 40-year-old man.
I read it.
I know you did. But like, what is the... Because here's, in my opinion, I'm not saying all stories have to do this. Some stories are just for entertainment. But like, there's a clear aim for substance here.
Yeah.
There's a clear, I mean, it's a swing and a miss. It's like a swing and a miss where you throw your back out because you swung so hard and you missed so hard.
And you drop the bat and you hit the umpire in the face.
Yeah.
It's just a comedy of errors, is what happened.
But I'm watching this and I'm like, we're aiming for substance. We're aiming to make some sort of statement about love. And I know that I'm writing this for teenage girls or for adult women. Like, that's the target audience.
Sure.
Hetero teenage girls and adult women. And so it really begs the question, like if you read Jane Austen, you understand the themes she's playing at and the messaging that she's going for is building to something beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, Jane Austen all the time has characters that start in terrible places and romances where people are total a-holes and they grow and mature and evolve and there's like there's actual meat there.
And some don't, but they're not romanticized. They're looked at by the characters who grow and mature and whatever and go, that's sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it is.
And I'm watching this and I'm like, what purpose is any of this supposed to serve? What message is it supposed to be serving? I don't know.
I don't know.
It baffles me.
Routine, why?
I find myself looking at the space around them and just enjoying
The set design. And
yeah, I'm just like,
I'm late. My period's late.
okay, Bella telling Edward that she's pregnant 2 weeks into their marriage is literally the only time that Pattinson's Blake Stair acting style is like on point.
It absolutely nails
That
it.
is absolutely, because my wife did tell me like a month into our marriage that she was pregnant, and I did exactly that.
Exactly that same thing.
Like,
Whoa.
except for she's apparently growing a clone of Jango Fett that's like accelerated growth. And
Yeah, she's got the turbo monster baby.
look at his face. That is actually
It's so-
perfect acting.
It's so great.
What have I done?
I'm not 100% sure.
Why? What's wrong?
You just what? Alice, what did you see?
Here's Carlisle.
What's going on?
I don't know, I'm a little worried. Can vampires go into shock?
Bravo. It's actually great acting.
I know that it's impossible, but I think that I'm pregnant. Carlisle, I swear something just moved inside me.
And let me be Edward again.
Is this even possible?
Of course it is.
What's
You're
he
not
saying?
gonna believe her?
It's happening right now, dum-dum.
Yeah, I will.
I'm not gonna believe you. I need confirmation from somebody else. I like that she's married to Flash. That's kind of cool.
Damn it. Coward's making sure he's still alive.
Yeah. So even the cleaning lady is like, this marriage is a bad
This is
idea.
a bad idea.
He's gonna kill her.
Everyone around them. And I included this right here because this is how you get about 30 minutes of plot into 4.5 hours of movie. You just sit
You slow-mo, you play your music.
on a face, doing nothing,
Oh my
with
God.
twangly, spangly, terrible music. Oh wow, I love this music so much. What am I thinking? What am I feeling? I don't know. Let's just stay on this face longer. Let's just stay here longer. I actually cut. There's a full 40 seconds more of that.
Of her just like vacantly staring as the music plays.
Mm-hmm.
Rose, you want to help me out?
Oh, is this when Jake comes over to visit?
This is when Jay comes over. He's there.
Oh.
I gotta say, they did, makeup on her face, but they also did like CG makeup to thin her down and make her look gaunt, and it's really good.
It's really effective.
It's really effective and well done.
Of course, he's her husband.
It's even possible.
Get over it, man.
Arby's did this.
What is it? He asks. It's your wife.
I can't see it.
She's a fetus. This is about to get super pervy.
And I can't see Bella's future anymore.
We've been researching legends, but there isn't much to go on. All we do know is that it's strong and fast growing.
Why haven't you done anything? Take it out of her.
This is none of your business, dog.
Rose! All this fighting isn't
The
good
funny
for
thing
Bella.
is, she actually meant that
isn't
more
good
of like
for Bella.
a friendly,
Say the word, Alice.
Good boy.
Baby.
Yeah.
It's just a little baby.
No more like, what's up, doc?
You've got to do something.
No,
How's it?
it's not his decision. It's
Jake
not
and
anyone's.
Edward call the baby
Jacob, I
it.
need to talk to you.
Yeah.
Like, way to reveal your character, guys. Once again, well, anything to protect Bella, except for the baby that she loves, we're just gonna call it a thing.
I always knew you'd destroy her.
You have a connection with her that I'll never understand. Maybe you could talk to her. change your mind. You can keep her alive.
And if I can't?
If she dies, you get what you always wanted.
7 minutes in heaven with Mr. Sparkle.
To kill me.
Oh. I was confused about what he always wanted.
Yeah, it's different. That look was also confused about what he wanted.
So he's like, I need you to do something for me.
I need you to talk my wife, whom you are in love with, out of having the baby that she wants to have.
Here's what this is. I want you to convince my wife to have an abortion.
Yeah.
That's what this is. Even though she wants the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm her husband, and I can't convince her, but maybe you can. And this is swoon-worthy?
Greatest romantic story of our times.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just eating my popcorn at this point.
It's sad for
I'm just happy about it.
What popcorn do you have today?
I got watermelon.
Why watermelon? What does that do with anything?
Because it's bright colored and happy.
Yeah.
And it tastes really good. And I just want to be bright colored and happy instead of pounded into the
I've got cinnamon roll because it's delicious and it's the closest thing I can eat to a Cinnabon without my hands sticking together.
I don't care about the health implications of Cinnabon. My hands get stuck together.
Jake, I can do this. I'm strong enough.
All evidence to the contrary.
You can spout that crap to your bloodsucker, but you don't fool me. I can see what that thing's doing to you. It's a killer, Bella.
You're wrong.
And when you die, what was the point? Of me loving you, you loving him? How was that right for anyone?
It wasn't. You've accurately diagnosed the Twilight series. Thank you. There's no point.
Jake feels about how you felt at this point reading the books.
What's the point? I don't know! Why isn't this over?
We have to protect the tribe. What they've bred won't be able to control its thirst. Every human will be in danger.
So, listen. They've been telepathic the whole time, but we've never heard them talk.
Before it's born.
Why haven't we heard them talk? Or, why are we hearing them talk now? Oh, it's because they have to deliver exposition so that we understand what the hell is going on in the story.
Not! I am the grandson of Ephraim Black. I am the grandson of a chief. I wasn't born to follow you or anyone else.
But I'm out of here because I don't want to die. Okay, so...
Then we never hear them talk again, even though they're clearly talking to each other, like in the final fight scene and other times when they're all wolfified.
It's just so cheesy. Like I've seen people comment on YouTube, like how they think this is so badass.
Look, the idea of werewolves that can telepathically talk to each other in wolf form is badass.
Yeah.
That is great.
Yeah.
Please give me more of it, but A, make the voices not sound stupid.
Yeah.
And that's going to be tough with Taylor Lautner's voice. I'm sorry, he just doesn't sound commanding.
It takes something that's kind of cool and turns it really silly.
Yeah, it's just a bad execution of it.
And I think it would be way cooler if they did the same thing and they just did wolf growls with subtitles.
You can do that for sure.
But we're not counting on our viewers to read. Which I think is...
Which is stupid, because they obviously read the books.
Yeah, or at least a lot
They
of
can
them did.
read?
The voiceover.
Well, they would also have to be saying completely different things, because this is dumb.
Oh, I cannot take this seriously.
It's real tough. It's real tough. It's example number 4,373 of what the What the actual Twilight?
I'm pained. I'm pained that this even exists. I'm pained that it was popular. I am pained for the people who modeled their relationships after it.
I'm pained for the visual effects artists who worked so long and so hard to make all these wolves look pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And the animators who did a great job animating. Like, the rendering and whatever else, if you're into visual effects, you understand, like, animating is doing all the movements. That's fantastic with all of these animals.
Mm-hmm.
The rendering is, once you've done all the movements, you have to actually make the computer turn it into fur and light hitting the fur and all of that stuff. Most of that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Some of it kind of falls down a little bit.
Yeah.
But the animation is freaking great. these people put so much time and effort into this, and they got into movies because they wanted to tell amazing stories and use visual effects to like get people excited or scared or feel something, and they're doing talking wolf bullshit.
I'd like to have a moment of silence for the heroes whose sacrifice was in vain. What the hell was that?
Pour one out for the homies.
Toss a coin for your Witcher? I don't know.
Next episode, Cinema Therapy's conclusion of the Twilight Saga.
This is the most bonkers, hilarious crap I've ever seen.
It's so dumb.
It was the most traumatizing thing I've ever seen in a PG-13 movie.
Oh, what are we gonna do with the next one? Like, we can have fun now?
We've earned it.